It's late at night. Got the motor on. Haven't looked for the Calvinator stickers yet. Probably in a box downstairs. But getting this thing ready to take to Larry so we can get some graphics on it. But got quite a bit done tonight. Put the motor completely together. Earlier today we were degreasing camshafts. And now we have a complete motor. This is a brand new engine. Engine number 3 we call it. And just working on wiring the tach and run the fuel line. Got to mount a catch can tomorrow. But got the motor aligned, got the chain on. And a few more things to do to button it up. Get the weights numbered. Start figuring out where we're going to put all that stuff. I have a mess. I have tools everywhere. Looks like I've been working on stuff. Cylinder heads for the other engines. It's time to go to bed. Gotta go to work tomorrow. Alright, last engine that we're building. I got the 2 plate motors done, and time to build data motor. So this is going to be an adult clone. Already mocked it up. I had to get a different top ring because I couldn't get the right top ring end gap. So I got the correct ring, and we're going to show you. We're going to start by file fitting rings. So bring it in here. Show you how it's done here. Okay, we're going to put the ring in, the cylinder, and I'm going to use the piston to push it down. You want to keep it even. And you see there is no gap. No gap. So we're going to take a file. We're going to file this ring. You want to keep it square. You don't want to get it uneven. Now, most people would have a ring filer, a little tool that you put the ring on, and it's a circular disc. I don't have that, so we're just filing. If you do a V8, you're going to definitely want an electric ring filer, or at least a manual one if you're doing that in your garage. But just doing a couple rings here and there for what I'm doing, file works just fine. Just want to keep it square. I know I had no gap. I want a 11 thousandths gap on this top ring. feeler gauge is a mess right now. You'll figure that out why later in the video. I'm gonna have to reorganize all of them. I took it apart. Alright, we're just gonna lay out the feeler gauges right here. Alright, we've got the feeler gauges all laid out. We're going to start with 5. Okay. What I like to do is see that it's kind of shiny from filing it, to know that what you're getting, and make sure it's square, so I color it with a Sharpie. That way I know if I'm hitting it square. I noticed the inside was a little tight, so we're going to angle our file a little bit. And we're going to check it. Check it with a 8. Okay, 8 goes in. Check it with a 9. 9 goes in really snug. Give just a little bit more. Okay, there's our 11 thousandths ring end gap. Sure, and we're going to double check it just to make sure we had it in there correctly, because this is not the best way to do it. Piston moves a little bit. Now we're going to prep this ring. We're going to file the corners of the ring. We're just going to break the sharp edge off of it. See it that well. It helps if you have a diamond file, not a cheap Harbor Freight file like the one I've got. I need to invest in a diamond file. Another thing we're going to do is we're going to scuff this ring. Sandpaper, about 400 grit. So we're going to clear a spot on the table, something nice and flat. Well, there's my 3 thou feeler gauge. Okay, nice and flat and clean. And we're just going to, kind of hard to do this. We're just gonna put light pressure and scuff this ring in. Gotta hold the camera. spots on the ring. We're just making sure it's flat. Then we're going to take some Scotch-Brite and buff this ring with the Scotch-Brite. I'm not sure what grit this is. We just don't want it to snag on anything. We want it to be nice and free of small burrs. If you feel it and it's sharp, it's gonna break in, but those particles will go through the oil. And if you ever broke an engine in and cut the filter apart, or just drain the oil, after you break it in, you'll see all the fine particles. So this just helps with that. And you only got one cylinder, so you got to make the best of it. Free of burrs. It's file fit. We need to clean it. If I was washing a lot of stuff, I would take some hot soapy water and use that. But just doing one little part, no big deal. Alright. This is why I'm file fitting that ring. Here's the first ring I had set up. And this is a 16th thou feeler gauge. And I can get that in there. So maybe good for another engine, but not for this one. We're talking 5,000ths, and I ordered another ring from and had it shipped here. Double check our second ring. This one I already did. It's about 15. I don't like it, but it's okay, it'll work. Second ring's not as important as the top ring. Alright. Now we got our pistonian here. I'm going to show you how to put rings on. Got our one of our oil rings. I'm going to start with this one. Wrap it around. Then you got your top and bottom oil rings. We're going to go, I don't know, about an inch away from the gap of that corrugated ring. Bottom over here, and then we're going to switch to the other side, so we're an inch on the other side of that corrugated gap. Make sure it's not locked up. Then we're going to go with our second ring, and you want to pay attention that you put the rings on the correct direction. Sometimes there's a bevel, a chamfer, a round surface. Usually the numbers go up. On these rings, they're square cut rings, and there's the numbers. So I'm going to put the numbers up. I'm going to go on the opposite side of my corrugated gap. Be careful doing this, you don't want to bend the ring. Get it started on there. And I'm just going to wrap it around. Kind of keeping it in the groove. Don't pry too much, you're going to break the ring. Be nice and gentle. Okay, now here's our top ring, there's our numbers. There's no bevel, there's no step. That goes up. So we're putting the numbers up. And just spiral it on there without prying and bending. Alright, now they're all on there. I like to put, there's our corrugated gap. We're going to put one ring there and one ring there. I don't like going on the thrust side of the piston to start out, even though these rings are going to spin in the engine when it's running. So that thing is ready to go. I've already washed everything, but I'm going to wipe the cylinder down another time. Think you have everything clean? Clean it again. I'm using mineral spirits. Look at that dirt. It's just from sitting in the garage. Alright. Crankshaft. Make sure that's clean. Alright. Got our assembly lube, little mixture I have made up. And we're going to slide it into the block there. I am going to make sure that's oiled and that seal has a little bit of oil on it. .40 on the rings. Using a ring compressor, you want to make sure you don't get the rings out of the groove and jam them in there. So I'm just lightly tightening this down, making sure everything's free. Feels good. Okay. As tight as I can get it. Fancy. We got this. It's not the right size, but this works fine too. The trick is you don't want it to be sticking up like that. that means it's not even at the bottom. So I'll show you how we correct that as we're sliding this piston in. You don't want to ding the crank with your connecting rod. I'm going to put a little bit of oil in there. Alright, in we go. So to correct that piece sticking up and make sure this thing's flat, just tap that guy down. And if a ring pops out, it's okay. You can redo it. But just take your time. Make sure your dot is in the correct spot. Your arrow. And that your rod is not going to hit the crank. Just like that. There's no ring sticking out. This is the important part. You don't want to get carried away. You want to make sure this rod is free as you slide it down. You don't want to ding the crank. Room to put the cap on it. Put a little oil on the bolts. I'm going to put the oil on both sides of the bolt. Cap's locked in place. Just gonna snug it up. Alright, time for the torque wrench. So we're torquing these to 120 inch-pounds. I'm gonna start at 64. To 96. And 120. Check them. Okay. Make sure it spins. Okay. Rod's torqued. Ready for a camshaft. Top dead center. Put a dot on her crank camshaft. side cover on. I'm gonna prep this. I'm gonna clean it off. It's got oil on it. So I'm gonna prep this in the side cover. Get my bolts laid out. Get some Loctite on the bolts, and I'll turn this back on when we're ready for that. Made it a lot easier. I'm gonna ratchet strap it to a board and fight it.